You know the exact sound, the soft click of the bathroom door shutting. You finally get a single moment to yourself. But before you can even take a breath, there it is. The soft scratching against the wood, the heavy, impatient exhale, and then the wet nose violently wedging itself through the crack in the door. You sit down, and suddenly there is a furry head resting heavily on your knees, or a loyal companion standing stoically by the bathtub, watching the wall. Why the total lack of privacy? Why does your dog insist on accompanying you to the most private, isolated room in your entire house? Most people assume it is just separation anxiety. You think your dog is simply clingy. You assume they lack basic boundaries. Society tells us that these dogs are pathologically needy, that they simply cannot survive 30 seconds away from you without experiencing a complete psychological meltdown. We project our human frustrations onto them. We call them Velcro dogs with a hint of annoyance. But behavioral neuroscience tells a completely different story. They are not acting out of irrational fear, and they certainly aren't trying to annoy you. They are executing a mission. They are executing an ancient, deeply ingrained survival protocol. Welcome to the vulnerability instinct. To understand this, we must completely strip away our human-centered worldview. Humans view the bathroom as a sanctuary, a place of absolute modesty, a room where complex cultural taboos dictate we must be left alone. But dogs do not understand human taboos. Your dog is a direct descendant of wild canids. Their psychological framework is built on a vastly different set of evolutionary priorities. To a dog, the world is a dangerous, interconnected web of predator and prey. Let us look backward to the domestic dog's ancestor, the gray wolf. In the wild, survival dictates constant vigilance. An animal must always be prepared to initiate the fight or flight response. The sympathetic nervous system must remain on a hair trigger. But biology demands that an animal must occasionally compromise this readiness. Elimination is the most dangerous, profoundly vulnerable moment in an animal's entire day. When a canid eliminates, their body physically shifts. They adopt a specialized, anchored posture. Their hindquarters drop. Sudden, explosive movement becomes biologically impossible. They are trapped in their own stance. If a larger, faster apex predator is going to strike, this is the exact window of maximum peril. Furthermore, elimination requires sensory distraction. It draws the animal's cognitive processing away from the horizon. They stop scanning for threats. And worse, the act releases a massive amount of olfactory information, strong, fresh scents that draw predators from miles away. Because the animal is physically compromised and cognitively distracted, they need help. Wolves are obligate social animals. They survive only as cohesive family units. When one member of the pack is engaged in a vulnerable act, the social structure compensates. If you observe wild wolves, you will see a fascinating phenomenon. When one member stops to eliminate, another pack member will step up. They stand nearby. They casually but intensely scan the perimeter. This is social guarding. They are using their uncompromised senses to protect. When your domestic dog pushes open your bathroom door, they are projecting this ancient ethological software directly onto you. They understand, on a primal, genetic level, that you are entering a small room to do something dangerous. You are compromising your physical readiness. Their psychology dictates that a bonded family member must watch your back. To a dog, a closed bathroom door isn't a boundary for human privacy. It is a dangerous barrier, a wall preventing them from keeping their family safe during a moment of profound biological vulnerability. They aren't invading your space. They are securing your blind spots. because to them, you are a pack member who needs protection. Need proof? Let's look at the inverse behavior, the famous poop stare. Every dog owner knows this intensely awkward moment. You are walking your dog, they squat in the grass, and they lock eyes with you. A deep, unblinking, slightly uncomfortable stare. Historically, humans have wildly misinterpreted this. We assume they feel shame. We think they are embarrassed. But anthropomorphism is lying to you. Dogs feel absolutely no shame about a biological function. A 2018 ethological review proved this gaze is rooted deeply in trust and threat assessment. When your dog assumes the vulnerable squatting position, they are putting their life in your hands. By locking eyes with you, they are establishing a silent, critical communication channel. They are looking to you as their bathroom guardian. They are actively reading your microexpressions. Are your shoulders relaxed? If so, the perimeter must be safe. Are you suddenly tense? Did you hear a loud noise? If you react to a threat, your dog will see it in your eyes and instantly abort their process to flee. It is a reciprocal social contract. If your dog relies on you to watch their back during their moment of vulnerability, it is only logical that they must return the favor. When you disappear behind a closed door with running water, their instinct screams that you are utterly unprotected. They push into the bathroom to complete the contract, because this isn't just about pack duty, it's about an unbreakable psychological bond. To delve deeper, we must look at canine attachment theory. Decades of research in cognitive ethology have revealed something astonishing. The human-dog bond perfectly mirrors the attachment bond between a human parent and an infant. In human psychology, Mary Ainsworth developed the concept of the secure base. A human infant will only explore a novel environment if their primary caregiver is present. The caregiver is the psychological safety net. Researchers at the Family Dog Project at Eötvös-Loránd University in Hungary adapted these exact tests for dogs. The results were a massive paradigm shift. Dogs utilize their human owners as a literal secure base. When placed in an unfamiliar room, a dog will explore and play only if their owner is present. If the owner leaves, exploration ceases. Stress behaviors instantly spike. And it goes deeper than behavior, because this isn't just psychology, it's chemistry. A landmark study published in Frontiers in Psychology analyzed cross-species hormones. When a dog and a human share positive interactions, specifically mutual gazing, both species experience a massive spike in oxytocin, the bonding hormone, the love hormone. This cross-species oxytocin loop is entirely unique in the animal kingdom. Because of this profound neurochemical attachment, your dog views you as the absolute center of their universe. You are their secure base. You are their provider. In the dog's mind, the loss of the owner equates to a total loss of safety and resources. Therefore, the vulnerability instinct is fiercely personal. The dog is protecting their most valuable asset in the entire world, you. When you lock yourself in a small room with running water, strange smells, and a complete lack of exit routes, your dog's attachment system forcefully activates. They follow you to ensure that their secure base remains unharmed. They are literally guarding their own lifeline. But how exactly do they guard you? If we accept that the dog is in the bathroom to protect us, we must analyze their body language. The spatial awareness a dog exhibits in your bathroom provides a masterclass in canine ethology. Notice that they rarely stare directly at you while you are on the toilet. Staring at you would completely defeat the purpose of guarding the perimeter. Instead, observe their positioning. Most dogs will utilize the doorway blockade. They position themselves directly between you and the bathroom door. Their back is to you. Their eyes are facing out into the hallway. This is textbook, military-grade guarding behavior. They are establishing a physical barricade between the vulnerable pack member and the most likely avenue of approach for a threat. If a predator comes through that door, they have to go through the dog first. It is an act of total devotion. Then there is the lean. Some dogs will come and lean their heavy body weight directly against your bare legs. Most owners think this is just a demand for petting, but in a guarding context, it is a highly evolved tactical monitoring system. By maintaining constant physical contact with you, the dog can keep their eyes on the doorway while simultaneously sensing your status. If you suddenly stand up, tense your muscles, or attempt to flee, the dog feels the shift in your weight instantly. It is hands-free threat detection. They are using their tactile senses to monitor your readiness while their eyes and ears scan the horizon. They are multitasking their sensory inputs to keep you alive. Other dogs perform the perimeter check. They push the door open, boldly walk in, and immediately sniff the bathtub. They check behind the shower curtain. They aggressively sniff the corners. And only then do they finally settle down on the bath mat. This is an olfactory and visual sweep of the environment. They are clearing the room. They are ensuring no predators, or the family cat, are lying in wait while you are compromised. Even if they curl up on the rug and go to sleep, their job isn't done. A dog's hearing and sense of smell remain highly active, even in light sleep. Their mere physical presence acts as a deterrent in their mind. They are resting, but their biological alarm system is fully armed. But evolution rarely acts alone. There are secondary psychological drivers amplifying this behavior. The first is an invisible world we cannot even comprehend: the olfactory wonderland. A dog's sense of smell is between 10,000 and 100,000 times more sensitive than a human's. To a dog, your bathroom is arguably the most fascinating room in the entire house. It is a museum of scents. It is filled with the concentrated biological odors of their favorite human: sweat, shed skin cells, elimination odors. Furthermore, damp towels hold massive amounts of moisture. In the science of olfaction, moisture traps and drastically amplifies scent molecules. Soaps, shampoos, and lotions provide a complex bouquet of highly novel smells. For a dog, walking into a bathroom is like a human walking into the Louvre. It is a deeply enriching sensory experience. Add to that their innate curiosity. Dogs are susceptible to major FOMO, the fear of missing out. The bathroom is a room that is often closed off, which inherently skyrockets its value in a dog's mind. And humans do utterly bizarre things in the bathroom from a canine perspective. We willingly stand under roaring torrents of hot water. We smear heavily scented, foaming pastes onto our teeth. We sit on strange, cold porcelain chairs. To a creature whose primary drive is to gather information about their environment, the bathroom is an absurd theater of human behavior. They have to know what is going on. There is also a darker psychological truth here. We often train them to do this without realizing it. Enter B.F. Skinner and the principles of operant conditioning. Behaviorism dictates that behaviors that are rewarded will always be repeated. Think about what happens when your dog pushes their way into the bathroom. You are quite literally a captive audience. You cannot walk away. What do? You might talk to them in a soft baby voice. "What are you doing in here, buddy?" You might reach down and scratch them behind the ears. To the dog's strictly logical brain, the sequence of events is perfectly clear. Action: I follow the human into the small room. Result: I receive undivided attention, direct eye contact, and physical affection. You have accidentally turned the bathroom into a slot machine of love. Even if you push them away or playfully scold them, you are still providing attention. And to a dog, any attention is positive reinforcement. This leads to the profound friction between our species, the miscommunication of privacy. Humans operate in a world of complex, abstract social constructs. We have rigid concepts of modesty, shame, and personal space. Dogs operate in a world of immediate sensory input, survival mechanics, and pack cohesion. They literally do not possess the cognitive capacity to understand privacy. When a human gets angry at a dog for pushing open the bathroom door, it creates immense psychological confusion for the animal. The human thinks, "I need privacy. My dog is being disrespectful." The dog thinks, "My pack member is entering a vulnerable state. I must secure the perimeter." When you yell at them, the dog's brain shorts out. Why is my pack member yelling at me for providing security? Are they alerting me to a hidden threat I somehow missed? Punishing a dog for the vulnerability instinct can lead to devastating unintended consequences. If you scold a dog for trying to protect you, you introduce massive conflict into their secure base relationship. The dog may become genuinely, clinically anxious. Their DNA tells them you are in mortal danger, but their experience tells them they will be punished if they try to save you. This is why modern, science-based behaviorists emphasize understanding the root cause. You cannot punish an instinct. You must manage it with empathy. But we must draw a vital line in the sand. While bathroom guarding is a normal, healthy instinct driven by evolutionary pack dynamics, there are clinical thresholds. There are moments when the behavior crosses from a healthy instinct into a dangerous, unhealthy pathology. It is absolutely vital for pet owners to recognize these red flags. We must differentiate between a healthy bathroom guardian and a dog suffering from clinical hyperattachment or true separation anxiety. According to data from VCA animal hospitals, true separation anxiety is the canine equivalent of a severe, uncontrollable panic attack. A healthy dog lacks boundaries because of pack duty. A hyper-attached dog lacks boundaries because they possess zero self-soothing skills. They rely entirely on your physical presence to maintain a baseline heart rate. You can easily test the difference by denying them access. Close the bathroom door securely until it latches. What happens next? The healthy guardian will sniff the crack under the door. They might let out a single annoyed sigh or a low whine, and then they will calmly lie down on the hallway floor to wait. They have accepted the barrier, but they will maintain proximity. When you exit, they greet you calmly. But the hyper-attached dog? If denied access, they will rapidly escalate into profound distress. They will scratch frantically at the wood, often tearing their own paw pads or breaking nails. They will pace back and forth, panting heavily, a classic sign of acute cortisol release. They will emit high-pitched, distressed vocalizations. This is no longer guarding. The vulnerability instinct has been hijacked by clinical panic. They aren't protecting you. They are terrified for themselves. And now, the health pivot. The vital warning every single owner must know. We know why they follow you. But what if they suddenly stop? What if your lifelong bathroom guardian suddenly stays on the couch when you walk down the hall? What if they suddenly prefer to be entirely alone in another room? A sudden cessation of an ingrained pack behavior is a massive, blaring red flag. Researchers at Tufts University's Animal Behavior Clinic note that sudden isolation in dogs is one of the primary indicators of acute, hidden physical pain. Dogs are masters at masking weakness. In the wild, showing pain makes you a target. If your dog suddenly stops following you, they may be suffering from silent osteoarthritis. The physical act of getting up and walking down the hall has simply become too agonizing. Or worse, it could be a neurological shift. Sudden detachment from the secure base is a leading early symptom of canine cognitive dysfunction, the dog equivalent of Alzheimer's disease. As their brain degrades, they lose the thread of the social contract. They forget their pack duties. They become disoriented and withdraw into themselves. If your Velcro dog suddenly stops sticking to you, do not just enjoy the newfound privacy. Call your veterinarian immediately. A sudden change in following behavior is an emergency siren masquerading as a quiet afternoon. You must protect them, just as they have spent their lives protecting you. But what if your dog is healthy, but you just want to use the toilet in peace? How do you stop a behavior driven by thousands of years of evolution? You cannot explain privacy to them. You must replace the instinctual behavior with an incompatible, highly rewarding alternative. This is where place training rewires the brain. Place a comfortable dog bed immediately outside the bathroom door. When you walk toward the bathroom, give the command, place. When they sit on the mat, reward them heavily with high-value treats. Chicken, cheese, something irresistible. You are satisfying their evolutionary need for proximity. They are right outside the door, while establishing a physical boundary. You are rewiring their operant conditioning. You must also desensitize them to the bathroom cues. Dogs are masters of Pavlovian learning. They know the exact sequence of events that lead to a bathroom trip. The creaking floorboard, the grabbing of a towel, the specific sigh you make when you stand up. These cues become triggers that instantly activate the vulnerability instinct. Break the pattern. Walk toward the bathroom, touch the doorknob, and then immediately turn around and sit back on the couch. Turn on the bathroom light, step inside for 2 seconds, turn it off, and walk into the kitchen. By breaking the predictable pattern, you dilute the trigger. The dog's brain stops associating the hallway with an imminent vulnerability event. Finally, you must make the bathroom extremely boring. If they push their way in, completely ignore them. Zero eye contact, zero talking, zero petting. If the bathroom yields absolutely no social, tactile, or verbal rewards, the dog's motivation to enter will slowly extinguish over time. The dopamine hit of being near you must be removed from the environment. But before you banish them entirely, let us step back and look at the broader implications of this annoying little habit. Because the phenomenon of the bathroom guardian is a microscopic view into a much larger, magnificent picture. The coevolution of humans and dogs. For tens of thousands of years, humans and wolves evolved side by side. Archaeologists in Germany have found ancient human graves with dogs resting peacefully in the human's arms, dating back 14,000 years. We shared fires in the freezing dark. We hunted megafauna together. And we fiercely protected one another from the harsh, unforgiving realities of the wild. Dogs integrated themselves into our societies so deeply that they fundamentally changed our history. They learned to read our facial expressions. They learned to follow a pointing human finger, a cognitive leap that even our closest genetic relatives, the chimpanzees, completely fail to achieve. We forged a biological alliance unlike anything else in the natural world. When we view the dog strictly as a modern pet meant to exist quietly in our sterile, partitioned homes, we do a massive disservice to this ancient history. The dog that pushes its wet nose through your bathroom door is operating on a millennia-old genetic directive. They are stepping up to fulfill a sacred social contract. We keep each other safe. The vulnerability instinct is a profound testament to the depth of canine loyalty. It proves that to a dog, you are not merely a food dispenser. You are not just a master. You are the secure base. You are the core of their pack. While a lack of bathroom privacy is annoying, it is, from an ethological standpoint, the highest possible compliment a dog can pay you. It is a daily, physical demonstration that your survival is just as important as their own. So the next time your dog nudges the door open, walks in, and rests their chin heavily on your knee while you sit on the toilet, pause. Pause before you scold them. Pause before you push them away in frustration. Recognize the myth for what it is. They are not trying to annoy you. They are not broken. Acknowledge the incredible science happening right in front of you. Your dog is performing a crucial evolutionary duty. They are assessing the environment. They are securing the perimeter. They are ensuring that their most beloved pack member is safe from harm. In a world full of uncertainties, it is a rare and beautiful thing to have a protector so utterly devoted to your existence. They won't even let you go to the bathroom alone, because the bond between human and dog is written in our DNA. Now I want to hear from you. Tell me down in the comments, what is the absolute weirdest, most intense way your dog tries to guard you in the house? Do they sit in the shower with you? Do they lean against your legs? Let me know below. And if you think the vulnerability instinct is fascinating, just wait. Make sure you are subscribed, because in the exact next video, we are diving into why your dog spins in a circle before lying down. I promise you, the ancient science behind that behavior is even stranger than you'd expect.